Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2:05 a.m. Louise is back with some tools of the day. And who is this message go out to? You know what? It's just a damn podcast. I'm just talking a bunch of crap. Let's just leave it at that. You know what, guys? This is for all my writers out there, songwriters, singers, composers. How many of you guys have given up? How many of you guys have run out of fuel? How many of you guys feel blocked? How many of you guys feel stressed out? How many of you guys can't do what you love anymore because it turned into something that you hate? That once upon a time, it was something that motivated you. That made you smile. All my poets out there, shout out. I love poetry. I think this goes out to artists too, painters, sculptors. I think that it probably goes out to everybody that's involved in any kind of art. You know what? I know that we're living in a society now that the arts are not appreciated anymore like they used to. There's a lot of competition nowadays, and everything turned into some kind of game that you gotta be better than somebody else. And it's kind of upsetting that when you have a special talent and it's yours, and you just make that sound so beautiful, or you write something that you just get lost in the words and you just don't know how to stop. Or something when you pass by, you just look at it and it just catches your eye and you can just stop looking at it. It's just beautiful. But then, tragedy hits. Dun, dun, dun. Here comes some leech motherfucker. I shouldn't say it like that. Well, what do we want to call it, guys? I don't know. You guys are writers, poets. Come on, artists. Draw me a picture. What do you think we want to call them? A black spot. I don't know. Even a black spot's interesting, guys. I love it. I love it. I am a writer, guys. I dabble in all the arts a little bit. And you know what? Let's do it again, guys. Let's do it again. And tongue-tied right there. Tongue-tied. You're making me tongue-tied, guys. Come on, your energy. I can feel it all the way over here. I love it. We all get to that point that we hit this block, that we put on the brakes. And we get upset. And we get depressed. And we start focusing too much in the outside. And we start asking ourselves the same fucking questions. Why? 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 There's no answer to why, guys. The mind of another human being is just something that we're never gonna understand. We need to understand that our own mind is a maze. Our own mind is a cluster. Our own mind is a puzzle. It's all tangled up in there that we gotta figure it out. How can we understand somebody else? We cannot understand why these people do the things they do. I specialize in that. I love it. I love studying the mind, guys. So leave it up to me. I'll figure it out. Just ask me a question and I'll try to explain it the best that I can. You know what? The hardest thing for me as a writer is when you write something so beautiful and you go and you find it somewhere else with somebody else's name on it. Does it kill you? It hurts, doesn't it? Because you know they're your words. Songwriters, how many times have you wrote a song? And just because you're not a recognized writer or a recognized singer or a composer, whatever, they take it from you and they give it to somebody else because they're more appealing to the eye. Does it hurt? And let's be honest, yes it does. It hurts. How many of us out there sing beautiful, but we cannot sing because if we do not meet their guidelines, we're not gonna make it. How many writers out there write for somebody else that are called ghostwriters? I raise my hand. I want to tell you guys that I love you. And I want to say, if you guys are blocked, I just want you to go back to that space, to that one place, to that one moment, to that 1 second, that you remember that when you wrote your first story, or you wrote your first song, or you painted your first painting, or you sculpted your first sculpture, or designed an art piece, and you just knew that's what you wanted. Do you remember that feeling? How did it feel to pick up that guitar and write that tune? How did it feel to pick up the drumstick and just knock it out the park? How did it feel to put your hands on a piano and just let it flow? How many of you are motivation speakers? That's an art too, or spiritual healers that use your voice to heal. Do you guys remember the first time you talked to somebody and they just looked at you and said thank you and smiled? And you just knew that's what you wanted? A lot of the things that we do not pay, guys. Why? Because in order for you to make money out of what you love, you gotta keep doing it, guys. You gotta keep going. We got a lifetime ahead of us. If I die today, I'm gonna die doing what I fucking love. What do I love? I love to do everything. I love all the arts. I just can't pick and choose which one I want. You guys, I motivate myself every day. I'm my own competition. I just want to write better than yesterday, and I want to compose better than yesterday, and I want to write a song better than yesterday, and I want to write a story better than yesterday, and I want to design an outfit better than yesterday. Goes out to my designers. What's up? Peace. I love you. You know what, guys? There's a lot of different arts out there. If I missed one of you guys, I want to say you're not forgotten. You're special. You're here with me in spirit and energy. I could feel it. I love the energy around people that are noble, that are kind, that do what they love, and they are in the shadows. This goes out to them, to the ones that nobody sees, to the invisibles, to the ones that do it for somebody else, and somebody else gets credit for it. I want to say to you guys, you mean something to me. You inspire me. And if one day we keep going, and maybe one day we run into each other, we could just create something beautiful. In a world where envy, hate, jealousy, power doesn't exist. Maybe it's in another life, or who knows, maybe in this one. And I just want to tell you guys, don't give up. I love you. And to everybody else out there that made it and they had a hard time getting there, I enjoy everybody's music, guys. All new, has-beens, whatever the fuck. However the people want to call them, it doesn't matter to me. Because I don't judge a book by its cover. I open the book, I read it first. I might go back and read it again. And then I'll say I like it or I don't like it. Because I want to get to know what I'm reading. I want to get to know what I'm touching. I want to get to know that painting. I want to get to know that sculpture. I want to get to hear that solo. You know what, guys? Sometimes I think that I sit in the dark and I have you guys all here in front of me and I could hear you. asking certain questions, and I try to answer to the best of my ability. But it's just me going through the clustered in my mind, answering my own questions of the things that I feel, how I felt before, how I feel now, or how I'm going to feel in the future, past, present, and future emotions. Trying to get out of that maze in my head, trying to put all those puzzle pieces in a way